Hey guys, Sean Bougie, surplusfundsriches.net. This video is about, guys, I understand that you want to be successful. A lot of you want to help people, and I understand that too. I'm going to say some things here that are going to offend some people, probably you. I also like the fact that our business, and this is the first one, I also like the fact that our business helps people. The reason I like it is I don't have a problem with mortgage companies. I don't have a problem with lawyers. I have a problem with the states, not the counties that foreclose. I don't have a problem with them. Counties typically in most states don't actually benefit in any way from the foreclosure. Sometimes they'll be able to put the money into an account and make a very small, 0.1% interest while they're holding it, and then they forward it onto the state. And I don't even know if that covers the cost of them handling the bookkeeping on that, honestly. It's not a problem with the counties. It's the states I have a problem with. And I've said this before, so you guys need to listen to me here. If I had the resources of the state can tell you where your checking account, I'm not kidding you, your checking and savings accounts are and what their numbers are, and they can go in and freeze stuff. I'm not joking about that. The states can do that. They have access to DMV records. They know where you are. Jury records, hunting and fishing license, concealed carry license, marriage license, death certificates, birth certificates. They know everything there is to know about you, or they have access to that information. So the idea that they cannot find people and return it, to return that money, is ludicrous. Ludicrous. If I had the resources of the state, I would find everybody. Everybody. The idea that we made a legitimate attempt to reach people is the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in my life. Okay? So I don't have a problem with counties. I don't have a problem with attorneys. I don't have a problem with mortgage companies. Look, mortgage company, and here's the second thing you need to hear. Yes, I want to help people. Yes, they've lost their home, and that's a horrible tragedy. But mortgage or tax foreclosure, either one. And look, I understand things come up. Things happen, right? Life happens. I had to go into personal bankruptcy in the early 90s because at the time, I had a company where I had a friend actually running the business for me, and he took off with all the money, okay? I know stuff happens you cannot control, but the bottom line, if you don't pay your taxes or you don't pay your mortgage, you agreed when you bought that property. Taxes, the whole tax man comes first. That runs with the deed, guys. That's common knowledge. If you don't know that you have to pay property taxes, now there's some states you don't pay property taxes. I get it, but in response to that, you have to pay a heck of a lot higher sales tax. So it's give and take. If you have taxes, property taxes on property, and you don't pay them, you're going to lose the house. And I'm sorry for whatever you went through if you went through something. But if you didn't go through something and you just didn't pay it, I'm not sorry for you. Okay? I will still help you get that money back because you need to rebuild your life. And I would love to help you do that. Same thing with mortgage foreclosures. You don't pay the mortgage. That bank said, hey, I'm going to give you $400,000 to buy this house. In return, you've got to make $3,000 a month payments for the next 30 years. And you signed off on the fact that if you don't make those payments, you got to pay to stay. You don't make those payments, the bank can take the property back so they can get their money back. I don't think that's the bank screwing anybody. You agreed to the terms and you didn't make your payments, you lose the house. That's how it works, okay? You can't just give homes away. You can't expect banks to stay in business if they're not making interest or making something, or being able to repackage and resell that loan to somebody else so they can continue to do loan money. You can't do it. You can't. How are you going to have a credit card? I can't. I'm not even going down this rabbit hole. That second point is, yes, I want to help people, but I also am in this to make profit as I'm doing it so that I can pay for my crew. I'm responsible for 6 people's incomes, their household incomes, in addition to my own. I have to make enough profit to cover that. I have to make enough profit to cover the costs of skip tracing, mailing, calling, hiring the mobile notaries, hiring the attorneys. I need to make enough money to cover that and make a living. I'm not going to apologize for that. The idea that you're helping people is wonderful, and I applaud you for that, if that's one of your motivators for getting into this business. But you need to also understand that these people did not necessarily get screwed. Yeah, life happens, stuff happens. I understand that. But a lot of the people that you're going to work with just didn't pay their bills, even if they could. That's the simple reality of it. That's the truth. So you need to understand that not everybody got screwed. The banks aren't screwing people. You think the bank would rather foreclose and take a risk? I understand right now the banks are probably going to sell it for at or above what they're owed because of the market. I get that. But they're not making profit by foreclosing. That's why surplus funds are here. They're not allowed to make profit. They have to give the money back or through the county or through the foreclosing attorney. The difference has to go back to the claimant, the person that owned the property before. It has to go back. They're not making profit for foreclosing. You think they would rather foreclose and risk getting all the money that they're owed back, or they would rather take payments? They'd rather take payments. They want to work with people. Don't be an idiot. Of course the banks want to work with people, but they don't have a choice. They also report to shareholders. They report to people that have either invested indirectly in their bank by being shareholders, credit unions, that type of thing. You're getting a little bit on depending on what the bank makes, right? They report to those people, the people that are also their account holders. They also report to people that invest them on the stock market. They report, they have to make a profit in order to stay in business. They also have expenses. So I don't have a problem with banks. The point is, you've got to understand that it is a business, and you're not just helping people. You also have to make a profit so you can stay around and fight the next fight and get the next claim out. I hope this has helped you guys understand where we're coming from with the business. It is a business. You got to run it like a business, and it's that simple.